All right, hello everyone. I'm really excited to make this video about the handstand, okay? And remember, I'm Austin, I'm 25. I started calisthenics about 53 days ago, I think to be exact. So if you're looking for an expert to tell you how to do the handstand, that's not what this video is about. My whole kind of differentiation, I think, and just why I'm sharing this stuff is because I'm actually out there learning it right now alongside you guys. So I'm just sharing 50 days in what works and what doesn't, in my opinion. So this is not like a here's the 3-step plan to learning the handstand, although I do have a regimen that I'm going to suggest that I think is highly effective and is working for me right now. So I have a whole roadmap here. Basically, the way I'm going to structure this is I'm going to try to keep it pretty quick. I want to start just briefly on getting started, right? Early steps on the handstand. Then I'll talk about the big misconception that I think exists with handstand. And then I'll just go into some general thoughts. All right, so getting started. If you are getting started with the handstand and you really have not dabbled in it yet or not experimented with it yet, I think the frog stand is a really good place to start. And I'll overlay a video of me doing it. And what it really will help you do is just balance on your hands. I would pair the frog stand, right? And I think that give yourself 1 to 3 days to learn that. And then, or, a week, everyone's at different stages. And then I would also pair that with handstand holds against the wall, facing away from the wall. Okay, so you standard kick up into the wall and just get used to being upside down, right? We're walking around, we're humans on 2 feet. We are not used to being upside down. It's just a reality. So those are the things that I would do just as a baseline level, just to get started on the handstand. Now, let's talk about how to practice, because when you look up how to do a handstand, this is the biggest, there's so much noise. This is what I experienced trying to learn the handstand. There's so much noise out there on how to do it. This expert will tell you this way. Oh, here's the 3-step. This is easy. This is the easiest way. Here's the progression. Okay, I've seen all of it, all right? And this is what works for me. And this is an anecdote. And this is good stuff here, guys. I think this is the key, in my opinion, right? Everybody's gonna tell you they figured it out. Well, this is what works for me, okay? So let's get into it. So how to practice, and this is an anecdote. I was at the outside gym here, and I met a couple that were just experts at the handstand. I looked over, they're kicking up into handstand with ease, with grace, with complete control. The one guy was on one hand, right? You see those videos, I see them, it's all over my Instagram reels, the calisthenic stuff, people doing one-arm handstand. I'm gonna get there eventually, you're gonna see it. But I was practicing, I went over there, and they were like, okay, yeah, like they're kind of ready for me to come over and ask for some advice. And here's what they told me. And this is good stuff, guys, because it's working for me. The big misconception about handstand, and in my practice, this is held to be true. People think it's more about balance and being upside down. And that's for sure a component, right? I just talked about it. Get used to being upside down. The strength component is what they told me. It's 70% strength, 30% balance. 70% strength, right? You probably would have thought it's more about the balance piece, right? Because even me, I've been lifting for 7 years. I'm like, dude, the strength, I've got good shoulders. I've got the strength. No, think again. I think humble yourself a little bit, okay? And that's what I had to do. And so here's what they told me to do for strength. And they were like, you're going to get it in no time. This is it. 5, and again, I'm gassing it up like it's some big thing. 5 days a week. If you can do this, you're a demon. 5 days a week, 60-second handstand holds stomach to wall, okay? And I'm gonna overlay videos as I'm talking here showing what I mean. Handstand holds against the wall, stomach to wall, 60-second holds, 5 sets, 5 days a week. I think that's a bit much. Guys, 60-second, even just one 60-second hold against the wall, stomach to wall, and engage, they said engage your shoulders, right? You want to be fully extended, straight like a pencil, okay? Arms out. Pushing, right? And what this is really good for, and I'm gonna dissect a little bit, get a little bit deeper here, because this is the good stuff, okay? And this is what I'm doing now. So that's for the strength piece. I'll talk about balance in a second, and I hope this is all making sense, right? We have 70% strength, 30% balance. For the strength piece, 60-second handstand holds against the wall, stomach to wall. Guys, your shoulders will be firing. I guarantee it. And let me talk about why you want stomach to wall. The reason is proper body alignment, better shoulder engagement, builds the right balance awareness. Guys, when you stomach to wall, you're gonna feel a better straightness in your body, and you're gonna feel like it's very much closer to a real handstand, okay? So a lot of people do the back, right, facing away from the wall because it's easy, you kick up. In this version, you have to walk up the wall, and it's a little tricky to get into, and it's even trickier to get out of because you're all fatigued and tired after 60 seconds. You got to climb back out. This is not easy stuff, but this is how you build the strength for handstand. And this has been working for me. So, and you can also go into toe pulls, right? Pull against the wall when you're in this position. All right, so that's the strength piece. Let's talk about the 30% balance and what I recommend for the balance piece, okay? And I'm gonna overlay a video talking about this. You want to position yourself away from the wall, and you're basically gonna do a straddle kick and be straddled in the air away from the wall such that you're just tapping your foot against the wall. And what this allows you to do is stay in that upside down position, largely using your hands to balance, right, upside down for extended periods of time. And here I really believe both of these exercises combined allow you to just get a lot of time upside down, right? Because you haven't learned the handstand yet, so you need a little bit of support. But this tapping is really, really good because you can put your foot against the wall. It's easy to get into, and yet it's also easy to kind of pull away from and feel like you're really balancing. So I've got a video to show you. I'm gonna put a few videos just at the end of this video, just stitched in to show you examples of what I mean. And it's really the strength component and balance component combined. And it's just two exercises, right? The handstand holds against the wall and the straddle kind of balancing act, okay? Those two things together, I think are really like that. I really think has made a lot of progress. Now let's talk about getting into the full handstand, okay? Like okay, great. So this is how you practice, or how I'm practicing. Again, I want to be clear. I'm not an expert. I'm figuring this out too. That's the reason I'm sharing this, is I don't have it figured out. So if I find some new development, maybe I'll share that. But for now, this is working for me, and I know, because let's talk about practicing the full handstand. Because let's talk about what doesn't work is and you guys have seen the videos of me doing it. You follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I spend a lot of time out there just trying to go into full handstand over and over and over, just kicking up, trying to balance. So on that, I would recommend, right, when you're practicing on those practice days, don't just start your practice trying to get into full handstand. Do that either at the end or don't even do it, right? Just do those two exercises I talked about, and then, occasionally try a full handstand. And on those attempts, when you kick up and try to go into a full handstand, my advice is, first of all, you got to get your mindset to commit. You got to commit. It's scary, right? You kick up into a full handstand, you got to commit to it. But my advice is be straight like a pencil. Try to just straighten out. Like you kick up, and as fast as you can, just try to be like a pencil in the air. And that, I think, if you can commit to that motion, that's going to give you your best chance of having the longest handstand hold. And again, you want to really put your mind in your fingertips and kick up, and you're moving as you come up. Your fingers are the what's pushing against that motion, if that makes sense. So anyway, I hope this is all helpful to you guys. And that's really what I have on handstand, and those are kind of my general thoughts. A couple other things too, guys. Make sure you warm up your wrists. If you're not warming up your wrists, you're in for pain, okay? So warm up your wrists and know when to stop. Know when to stop, otherwise you'll hurt yourself. and get really discouraged. So just be in line with your body and your energy levels and know when to stop, right? And I would practice this stuff maybe once every 2 or 3 days or 4 days, right? Take it slow. Handstand is not easy, guys. I'm 50 plus days in and I can't just kick up into a full handstand. I'm not out here telling you I'm an expert. This is what I'm doing now and I'm finding that it works for me. So I wanted to share it. All right. Hope that is helpful. Goodbye, everyone.
All right, so what you should do is you got to just figure out how far away from the wall you need to be to basically get into a spot where your legs are straddled and you're just tapping the wall. That's optimal. Just like that. And then you can just bring your toe kind of away from the wall. This is just the amount of time that you can spend upside down. Just finding that balance using your fingers. That's the best way to do it.